Chapter 5: Kingdoms, Kings, and an Early Republic. Now, here during Vedic period, we have Rajas. In Vedic period, these Rajas are not as powerful as the kings who were around 2500 years ago. These Rajas are generally chosen by Janas, and the kings became, you know, became with fighting wars or performing sacrifices. One such example of these sacrifices are Ashwamedha Yaga. Ashwamedha Yaga is where a horse sacrifice. Here, a horse is sent to run, and where in what places the horse runs, it is all those areas will come under this kings. If the horse enters into another kingdom, and the people, if the kings of other kingdom accepted this king's rule who performed sacrifice, they will come to ritual, and they'll be ready to sacrifice their kingdom. If they rejected to give their kingdom, they used to perform, then they used to do war with that king who rejected to give his kingdom to the performed king. And now, here around 2500 years ago, the priest divided people into four different types. One is Brahmins, the other is Kshatriyas, here the third one is Vaishyas, and fourth one is Shudras. Here Brahmins means those who perform rituals, Kshatriyas means those who rule people, that is kings, and Vaishyas means the ordinary people who do farming or trading, and also other business. Now here Shudras means those who doesn't perform any rituals, and women are also included in Shudras. And now coming to Janapada, here Jana and Pada are two words. Jana means people and Pada means foot. Now this means land where Jana set its foot. And few examples of Janapadas are Purana Kila at Delhi, Hastinapur and Ataranjikera at UP. These are the examples of Janapadas. And these were less powerful when compared to Mahajanapadas. We'll study about them later in the next coming topics. And now the Janapadas used earthen pottery which are in grey and red color, and they also used special pottery, that is painted greyware, which is very soft to touch. And now coming to Mahajanapadas, the important Janapadas, or we can also call the powerful Janapadas, are called Mahajanapadas. The name itself says the meaning of this Mahajanapadas. And now these had capital cities, fortified forts, and also when coming to Janapadas, they don't have any capital cities or fortified forts and all those things, and they maintained armies, whereas Janapadas did not have any armies. People used to come to fight with others, and here they started maintaining armies. When the king started maintaining armies, fortifying the cities, it means that they need money. So for that, tax was collected from the people. So they collected the tax, and different taxes, for different people it is different. Now for farmers, it is 1/6 of the produce. See, this part of the produce will go to king in the form of tax. Now for craftsmen, they have to come and work as a labor work or anything for 1 day in a month. Now coming to herders, herders are who look after animals or domesticate animals So they used to give animals in the form of tax or the animal produce in the form of tax. Now hunters or gatherers used to give forest produce for in the form of tax. Now a major change of agriculture was started. One reason was around 2500 years ago iron was introduced and iron plowshares were used in agriculture, and this made the fertile land made the land to convert into fertile land. And before they used to use wooden plowshares, which is not as useful than the iron plowshare. So they cultivated plants with transplantation technique. Transplantation is keeping the saplings of the plants in an ordered way. So like this, you can see in this diagram. Let us assume this is an agriculture land and these are saplings. Before that, they used to just sprinkle the grains, and the efficiency of produce would be low. But when transplantation started, the production increased. And here, see, the people who do farming is called Vaishyas. So here dasas and dasis are slaves. Kammakaras used to work in agricultural lands. These kammakaras are called agricultural laborers as they used to work in the agriculture. Both men and women used to work in the agriculture. Now coming to the Magadha kingdom. As I have told you, around 2500 years ago, Magadha kingdom was developed to the south of river Ganga. And its capital, that means this is one of the Magha Janapada, because it has capital. Janapada doesn't have any capital. The example of Janapada is Puranakila, Ataranjikera and Hastinapur. These are Janapadas. And now Magadha has one capital. It is Rajagriha. It is old capital, and the new capital was Pataliputra, which was in Bihar. Now here in Magadha kingdom, both rivers Ganga and its tributary, that is Sun, flowed in this kingdom. That means it provided transportation facilities, made the land fertile for agriculture, and also used for commercial purposes, and also water supply is excuse me, present abundantly. Now some of the important rulers of this Magadha are Bimbisara, Ajatashatru and Mahapadmananda. Now around 2300 years ago, Alexander from Macedonia came to conquer India. Now here forests have also grown in vast areas, and people used to capture elephants and also train them to participate in wars. So when Alexander came, his soldiers, when saw the vast army and their animals, elephants, which were used in the wars, they were scared and returned back to their place, and they were scared of Indian rulers. So that is the reason Alexander didn't participate in the war with Indian soldiers. Now next Mahajanapada is, it is not one part of Mahajanapada. It is Vajji, and its capital is Vaishali. Here, Vajji, where all other kingdoms had only single ruler, in Vajji kingdom, they have different forms of government. That is, they have from a few hundreds of kings. So, here we can classify these different forms of government into two types. One is Ghana, that is group of people who are organized, and the other is Sanghas, that is organization or association. And here these both are these both had different kings, and when anyone attacks them, they used to all the kings used to assemble and used to discuss how to tackle the war and used to fight against them in a united manner. So they also met in assemblies to discuss about the problems, and women, dasas and kammakaras would not participate in will not doesn't participate in assemblies. And here, when the priests divided into four types, even Shudras were included, right? In Shudras, even women are also included. General women, women from Brahmins, women from Kshatriyas, women from Vaishyas are also included in Shudra sectors. And here, women and as well as slaves, that is dasas, dasyus, all were included in Shudras itself. This you have to remember. And who are Kammakaras? Kammakaras are landless agricultural laborers. Now, the Buddha, Mahavira are also belong to these Ganas or Sanghas. Now, Digha Nikaya. How did we know about the kingdom Vajji? It is written in Digha Nikaya, one of the Buddhist book. It has an account of Vajji kingdom. As a time passed by, and these Sanghas and Ganas were conquered by Gupta rulers around 1500 years ago. Now let us see some of the important Mahajanapadas. Actually, we have 16 Mahajanapadas, and I have wrote only 9 which are given in NCERT book. So let's start. Here we have Gandhara, and the capital of Gandhara is Taxila. Here it is Kuru. The capital of Kuru is Hastinapura. See, in Janapada we learnt that Hastinapur is one of the Janapadas. That and this is different. And here Kuru, capital is Hastinapura. Here it is Panchala, and this capital is Kampilya. Here we can see Kosala, and its capital is Shravasti. Here it is Vatsa, its capital is Kaushambi. Here we can see Vajji. Vajji means which are ruled by different hundreds of kings, and its capital is Vaishali. Here we can see Avanti with capital Ujjain. Here it is Magadha, and its capital is Rajagriha, and the new capital was Pataliputra. Here it is Anga, its capital is Champa. This is a map pointing. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.